Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening to you. I hope I am very audible at your end. If you can hear me loud and clear, kindly give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thank you. John can hear me. John can hear me. Any other person? Any other person that can hear me? Okay. Dorothy can hear me. All right. This training is going to be just for an hour, and we're going to make it as quick as possible. So I would appreciate if you just share the link on your social media, on your WhatsApp status, on other social media platforms. Tag some people, send it to your friends to join in and listen and learn. Tell everyone to join in, listen and learn. They can join in, share it with your friends and everyone that you can share it with. It's an opportunity for them to learn. Okay, you're welcome once again. And we're going to be very quick about it. All right, I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Joy Abel, and I would be your host for these 3 days. I would try my best to diversify, demystify what blockchain and cryptocurrency are, and also share with you the opportunity you have to make better financial decisions using this technology. I'm expecting more people to join us, but we are not going to wait for anybody because we are just going to start. All right. And so these 3 days, I'm going to treat 3 very important topics. The first one is I'm going to introduce you to the blockchain, what it really is, how it can be used in different aspects of the economy, what the blockchain is, and how it can be used in different aspects of the economy. And the second day being tomorrow, we are going to treat an aspect of the blockchain that is called DeFi, the application of the blockchain in finance, in the financial sector. That is what we will treat tomorrow. And the day after, we are going to treat, I'm going to guide you on how to make money with the blockchain. Because I know that's why you're here, right? So we are going to treat that simply, how to make money with the blockchain, how to trade with the blockchain, how to buy, sell, because that's what they tell you, buying and selling. So, but how do you do these things? It's what I'm going to teach you these 3 days. Are we together? Please, if you can hear me loud and clear, give me a thumbs up. I just want to be sure you're hearing me. At any point you're not hearing me, please use the chat button to let me know that you are not hearing me. Okay, so we got today, a very brief time we are going to have today, but it's going to be an interesting one. And these are the rules I am going to be teaching. And as I'm teaching, you surely would have a question or two. So I would like you to use the comment section, type your questions as it comes to your mind, drop your question in the comment section, and I promise you I will attend to every one question in the comment section before we leave. And at the end of the the class, of course, I will give opportunity for you to unmute and speak if you want to speak, if you want to ask a question. If you cannot type it here on the comment section here on Zoom, you can also type it in the group where you are, in the WhatsApp group where you are. There are different people here in different WhatsApp groups that we share the links. So whichever group you're in, you can drop your question there. But if not, you can type your question here, or you can send your question to the number and in the design that you saw that brought you to this training. All right. So, and another thing, we are having a free training. It's totally free of charge. And the reason we are doing this is so that people would have the basic knowledge of what crypto is, because we've had a lot of things, people have said a lot of things, and a lot of people have been scammed because of this crypto thing. If you have been scammed with crypto, can you give me an emoji? Give me a thumbs up if you have been scammed with crypto before. Don't be shy. if you've been scammed in any way using crypto, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. Nobody here has been scammed with crypto. So I'm dealing with people who are knowledgeable, right? Okay. Now, if you are totally new, you haven't done anything on the crypto space before, you haven't interacted in any way with crypto before, but you've been hearing about it. Oh, yeah, somebody just said that she has been scammed or they have been scammed before with crypto. Okay, okay. So if you're totally new, you've heard about it, but you've never in any way interacted with anything crypto before, you've never bought a coin before, you've never done an airdrop before, you've never whatever. Can I see a thumbs up? Let me be sure the set of persons I'm talking with. You've never done anything in crypto before, you've never interacted with crypto in any way before. Can I see a thumbs up? Okay, Elvis says he hasn't. Okay. All right, I will be starting just from the very scratch, the very beginning, the scratch of it. So if you are here and you're knowledgeable, please allow those of us that know nothing to learn from the beginning. All right, we will come to your level, but right now we want to start from the very basics. Okay, so my question now is, what is blockchain technology? Today is an introduction into blockchain technology. What is blockchain technology? In the very layman understanding, okay, I'm going to be sharing some screen with you. In a layman understanding, blockchain is a technology. Are you with me? Blockchain is a technology that you use to keep information. A technology you use for recording, for preservation, for protection, for transparency of information, of data. In a simple term, that is what blockchain is. But of course, you would hear a lot of other terms. But like I said, I am dealing with total newbies, and what we are doing today is the simple term of all terms, what these things are. Are we together? So that is what blockchain is in the real simple term. Blockchain is a digital ledger. It's like a book that you use for recording of data. But this book now has you cannot, okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my shared screen? If you can see my shared screen, give me a thumbs up so I'll know you can see my shared screen. Are you seeing my screen? Give me a thumbs up, please. I want to know you're seeing my screen. Okay, now this is what blockchain technology is in its simple terminology. It's a digital ledger, a notebook used for keeping transaction, writing it down. You use this thing to write and put data together for security purpose, for transparency and tamper-proof. So it is distributed across different computers. You can imagine the number of people in the world and the different types of, and the number of computers in the world. Blockchain is simply a technology you use for putting this information on the internet without, and making it tamper-proof. That is what blockchain is. Are we together? That is what blockchain is. Okay, just give me a second. I hope you're still seeing my screen. Is my screen still showing at your end? Okay. So as I was explaining, it is for recording purpose, majorly. In fact, the main thing blockchain does is for recording of information, for security of data, for transparency of data, for transparency, security, scalability of data. So whatever data it is can be stored and secured on the blockchain. Now, there are different types of blockchain. So one can have both a private blockchain and a public blockchain. One can have a, a, a private and a public blockchain, yes. Now, private blockchains are blockchains that are built for a controllable number of users, meaning that a company can decide to build a blockchain for itself, and the information, whatever, and data of the company will be built into that blockchain and can only be accessible to the number of persons access is given. Access will be given or denied, right? So that's a private blockchain. It's a limited use case of blockchain. Then, of course, we have the public blockchain, where anybody, anywhere can access the information on it. Anybody, anywhere, nobody, the person doesn't need permission. It's a permissionless system. You don't need permission to access the information on that blockchain. That is a public blockchain. Now, how then can you use this technology can you apply this technology in your own organization? Like I said, a company can build a blockchain for itself. You can build a blockchain for your business, of course, depending on how large your business is, where all the information, both the financial information, the staffing, every information of the company will be stored in that blockchain. And there is one thing, you cannot delete the information you store on a blockchain. You cannot remove it, you cannot alter it, you cannot change it. The best you can do is, if there is an error, you would only build on top of that error. You will only put in the correction. But anybody that has access to that blockchain, if it's a private blockchain, will see both the error and the correction. I will together. So that's what the person will see, both the error and the correction. So you cannot alter it. So it's not like you would just come up and delete a file. You cannot delete that file. Can only build on top of it, can only correct block after block. It's just a connection of computers, right? And if there is an error in a particular block, you build another block and put the correction in that block. So when the person is seeing it, it will also connect the person to the new record that it has about that particular information. Please, when you're joining, mute yourself. I wouldn't like to be interrupted. Thank you. So that is the blockchain for you. Like I said, there are private blockchains and there are public blockchains. Now, there are private, of course, there are public blockchains. Now, what are the use cases of this blockchain? Where can it be used? There is almost absolutely no place where the blockchain cannot be used. You can use blockchain in the health sector. You can use it in the health sector for storing of patient information, for storing of medications, for storing of any kind of information whatsoever, and it will not be altered, and it cannot be erased or deleted. And the person can come back anytime, any day to get their information again. You do not need to store it in a server. You don't need to store it in a server. So it's on the internet. It's built directly onto the internet. So now you can use that in the health sector, and you can also use it in agricultural sector. Yes, for storage purposes, for data storage purpose as well. You can use it in supply chain management, for how goods are being carried from one place to the other. You can use blockchain to record the information of such goods. Those of you that are into supply chain management, you get a lot different kinds of goods overseas and send from here to there and from there over here. You can use the knowledge of blockchain in that aspect where you have transparent goods carriage. The goods that are in, the goods that are going out, who owns what goods, the dates the goods left. And let me tell you, you can actually automate these things with smart contracts. Information, receipts, payments, and all those things can be automated with smart contracts, wherein it becomes an automated platform where you don't need to do much after you've put the information. It runs on its own. But the payment aspect and whatsoever, you can use it in staff payments, whatsoever, it runs on its own, outside your presence. That is the supply chain. You can use it in governance. Like I used to teach I've taught some persons, you can, if this country, whatever country you're in, you want to have a transparent, unbiased electoral system, electoral results, you can use the blockchain and it cannot be altered. The information will be clear as daylight. Everyone will see the results in real time. No one will say the system was manipulated. No, in real time, you get the results. So you can use this information. You can use the blockchain in these areas. But of course, and these things are being used. You can use the it's being used by aircraft. Yeah, I had a student from the UK who I gave an assignment to go and find out. She works with an aircraft and a company that runs an aircraft, and I asked her, go and find out what if blockchain is being used by her company. And to her surprise, she uses she actually is using a gadget that works on the blockchain on a daily basis without her knowing that it was actually being powered by the blockchain. She didn't know. And it really made more sense to her because now she's beginning to understand it more. So it can be used by different kind of companies for different things because it is a technology. Now, I come to crypto, the one you know about, right? Some of you have been scammed by it before. And some of you have lost money because of it. And some of you have, you've even given up on it, thinking maybe it's not for you. A lot of persons have even, given up on it. So what then is crypto? Crypto, in simple terms, is the application of blockchain in the financial sector. That is what gave birth to crypto. Blockchain long existed before crypto. There was blockchain before crypto. So in simple terms, crypto is just the application of blockchain in the financial sector. Crypto was the Bitcoin being the first crypto that was successfully created. Bitcoin being the first crypto that was successfully created is the first successful usage of blockchain in the financial sector. Are we together? So, and that is why it gained influence, it gained attention, because there've been lots of other application that did not work. There have been a lot of trials that did not work until Bitcoin worked. So it is not like Bitcoin is the first and only trial. No, it is the first successful trial of the application of blockchain in the financial sector. Just like we have the application of blockchain in other sectors. It is more complicated with finance because, of course, we are dealing with money, and there are a lot of things that goes with it when you're dealing with money directly, right? So now, that is what it is with crypto. Now, what is it that makes crypto unstable? Isn't it supposed to be stable? Why is it that crypto goes up and goes down? Why can't we have it like gold, like silver, these metals that are stable, or like the naira, or like your dollar that is not very volatile, right? Why does it have to be so volatile? Today it is 1,000. Some of you here, 1 or 2 persons who are already in the crypto space, by now you should be crying because as we speak now, your account is bloody. Are we together? Do you understand what I'm saying? Everywhere is bloody. Coins are wrecking. In fact, you must have some of you might have bought coins that are already dead by now, because everything is going down. Because everything is going down. And that is crypto for you. Now, the reason why it is like that is because by its nature, crypto is not built to be stable. Crypto is not meant to be stable by its nature. Are we together? It's not meant to be stable. It is meant to be volatile. It is created to be volatile. And so that is why people have it is unstable. And the volatility is the fund, the money comes from the volatility. The more volatile it is, the more money it gives, and the more money it takes. That's the nature of it. It is created to be volatile. Now, because it is cryptographed, by the word, you would already have seen that it is something that is not supposed to be stable. The nature of it is cryptographed. So by that cryptography, it is not supposed to be stable. But of course, we have, remember that this is a new technology and it is growing by the day, and we have what we call stable coins on the crypto space, coins that are pegged to either the dollar or other stable fiat currencies, so that we can have a point of measurement, on the crypto space, so that you can actually measure one coin to a dollar. You can peg it and use this dollar to know how much this coin worth. Without it, measurement will be very difficult on the crypto space. And so I will talk a little about sorry, I was a bit distracted. I'll talk a little about the creation of the first crypto, which is Bitcoin. Of course, it was created in 2009, and the what brought about Bitcoin being created in 2009 was the fall of the financial sector in 2008. Of course, if you don't know that, you can go and check it out, do your research on it. The fall of the financial sector, how a lot of things were collapsing, the real estate was collapsing, the financial market was collapsing, people were losing money, losing investments in their large numbers. And this is because the financial sector is a controlled economy, is a centralized economy. Certain persons are controlling the economy. There are people who wake up and decide to mint money, to mint the dollar, to mint the naira, to print it as many as they want. They are the one that give value to the naira. If they want the naira to be valuable, they know they print it. If they want the dollar to be valuable, to lose value, they print more. So because of this manipulation by individuals who are powerful, Satoshi came up and began to think, how can we create money that cannot be controlled by a central entity? Satoshi is the founder of Bitcoin. How can we create money that cannot be controlled by a central entity? Every country has a central bank. Every fiat currency has a central bank where it is being issued. And these central banks are the control engine of these fiat currencies. And so Satoshi began to think, how can we use this technology called the blockchain to create money that cannot be controlled by an individual or a central body? And that was that question to solve that problem was what brought about the birth of Bitcoin. All right, I shared my screen earlier. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but okay, let me go off and reshare again. Just give me a second. I'm trying to go back to. Okay. Okay, I hope you're still with me. Let me reshare my screen again. Please don't hesitate to drop your questions at the comment section if you have any. You can see my screen. Just give me a thumbs up. I'm resharing my screen now. Okay. Are you seeing my screen? Give me a thumbs up, please. So I'm sure you are seeing my screen. All right. So I've talked about the use cases of blockchain. Of course, I've talked about that. So I would just go ahead and I'm talk to you about, I was talking to you about Bitcoin, right? I was talking to you about Bitcoin. I have a lot of this thing here that I want to share, but okay, these are the things I was supposed to share with you, but the time is already running and I'm being careful not to take too much of your time. Okay, so now I was talking about Bitcoin being the first crypto that was created and why. So Satoshi created Bitcoin, and when he was creating Bitcoin, he did something in Bitcoin that is not accessible to fiat currency. He did something in Bitcoin that is not accessible to fiat currency. One of the things he did in Bitcoin was to give Bitcoin a fixed supply. He gave Bitcoin a fixed supply. So you cannot manipulate the supply of Bitcoin. You cannot print more Bitcoin. You cannot print more Bitcoin. You cannot wake up tomorrow and say, I want to print more Bitcoin. Bitcoin cannot increase in number. It is not going to be possible after that first printing, after that first minting. Cannot increase in number. It can only reduce in number. Why can it reduce in number? There are 21 million Bitcoin that were created. And as we speak now, over 18 million is in circulation. So over 18 million of it are in people's hands, and more is being mined by miners. But that 18 million that are in people's hands, there are some of them that are already in what we call burnt wallets. Now, those ones are the ones that the person has lost access to it. If they don't have access to their wallet where the Bitcoin is, that one will be there forever. It cannot be used again. Cannot be moved out. It cannot be sold. It cannot be removed. Nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. It's as good as lost. So inside this 18 million now, some people have already lost their own. So the value is that is one of the things that is pumping the value of Bitcoin by the day, right? Some people have already lost their own. So the value is increasing by the day. And the one that is being mined, the one that is still remaining is just a million plus that is still remaining to be mined. Mining of Bitcoin is becoming more and more difficult by the day because it takes a lot of electricity to mine Bitcoin. It takes a lot of electricity to mine Bitcoin. And that a lot is costing people a lot to do. That is why it is not easy for you as an individual to mine Bitcoin. There are machines for mining Bitcoin, and these machines are extremely very, very costly. It is not easily affordable. So it is only those who have the means to get these machines to mine it that can afford it. And even in that affording it, they have to constantly be on electricity, and it is not a cheap thing to do. So all those things you see, some people say they are using their phone to mine Bitcoin and all that. Those are just platforms that are being created to help see if they will solve the problem of mining Bitcoin, make it easier. But it's not as easy as it seems. Remember also that this is a new technology and people are learning, testing, and innovating on a daily basis. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why it is hard, and Bitcoin will keep increasing in number because people are having lesser amount of it. The supply is reducing and the demand is increasing. So the main topic of Bitcoin is just dependent on supply and demand. I hope you got that. All right. So for today, actually, what we have in store for you was to give you this. Now, what are the common misconceptions about crypto? You've heard that crypto is a scam or a Ponzi scheme. You've heard some people, I know one or two of you would have said you gave somebody money to trade for you. The person that said they were scammed, how were you scammed? Where did you buy you bought a scam token or you invested on a platform and you lost your money? Kindly use the comment section and tell me. You invested on a platform and you lost your money, or you bought a token and it died. There was no value in the token. How did you get scammed? Or somebody promised you large return and you did not get your money back? Let me check the comment section to see. Okay. Okay, which one is yes? Did you invest and lost your money or what? Let me hear. You invested and did not get it back. Now let me tell you why that is not a scam. I don't know if the person actually scammed you, but let me tell you why you may not get your money back. Now, you hear people in crypto are making money, and therefore you give somebody money to trade for you. Will you if I give him 1 million naira in 1 week, he will give me 1.2 million. That's 200,000 naira every week. That's good. And you give him your money. My dear brother, it is not as easy to get returns in trading as it is to say it. It's not that easy. The person might not have scammed you. The person might have lost all the money in the trading. Are you with me? They might have lost the money in the trading because trading itself is as big as it's a difficult aspect of blockchain as well. Now, trading, of course, existed before crypto. People were trading forex, and they did not the people who have been trading forex. So crypto is just trading crypto is just the idea of from forex, and then they added Bitcoin to it, and people could trade it and all that. It's the same thing. So the person might be an expert trader, but even experts lose money. No matter how good you are in the crypto space or in the trading space, you will still make losses. The only thing is learn to control your greed and your emotion. Those are the things, and that is one of the things I'm going to talk about trading when on the third day, being on Sunday. On Sunday, we'll talk about trading, how to trade and how to buy and sell your coins and all that. Also talk to you about how to do buy and sell for yourself and all that. So that is the thing. The person really may not have scammed you. Now, I don't know the person. Some people, of course, will collect your money and will not trade. They will just tell you the money is gone. And of course, some people will trade and lose the money and may not recover the psychological aspect of it. They may not recover from the losses. People have killed themselves because of money they lost in trading. They've committed suicide. Several people, some persons have run mad because of that, because it is a skill you must learn. It's a skill. It is not something you expect to learn in 2-3 days, 1 month. It's something you keep learning and getting better at, controlling your greed. That is the difference between you and the banks. There's money that you put in the bank, they use it for trading, and they don't pay you anything in return. There is no bank that does not trade the financial market. None, because that is where they make their money. It's not even the one you put there. They use your money, make the more money, and then give you your money back without giving you interest on top. They rarely give you interest. Okay, you also paid to be taught, and you were not taught. Okay. Now, individual, of course, you can. Some persons can do that. You might pay to be taught, and then as an individual, the person might just go away with your money. That is why if you're going to do anything teaching, I'm not saying that an individual may not teach you, but I prefer you look for a platform that is into it officially, right? A platform that is, go to an academy, be taught by an academy, all right? Because experiences and all that, be taught by an academy so that you know that these people are registered to do this, and it's officially registered is something you can guarantee that they will do. Okay, so I think I've covered what I have for you today. With what I've taught you now, please, I would like to get any question on this. I told you what we are doing today is an introduction. By tomorrow, we'll go deeply into how blockchain is used in finance, how you can save money on the blockchain, how you can lend, borrow, and also put your money there and be getting returns without trading. I'm going to show you how to do that. Tomorrow is going to be very practical. How you can put your money there and be getting returns without trading. There are other ways you can make money from the crypto space without trading. I'm going to show you that tomorrow. So tomorrow, don't hesitate. Don't be late. Come on time so that we would have enough time to go into decentralized finance very, very well. So I'm going to, now, the last thing I'm going to treat, of course, is the common myths. You were told it's a scam. Of course, I've told you it is not a scam. You were told that only criminals use crypto. It is not true. Banks are using crypto. The big people you hear their names, there is none of them that don't have a crypto, that doesn't have one crypto or the other they are using. In fact, El Salvador, which is a country in Europe, go and Google it. El Salvador is using Bitcoin as its official legal tender. Bitcoin is their legal tender, just like Naira is our legal tender. That's to tell you how far crypto has gone. And some people say you need to be tech savvy to know crypto. It's not true. You don't need to be tech savvy to know crypto. Just like you learned how to use your phone, your smartphone. There was a time smartphone was, when you see somebody that is using smartphone, you think, this one is so smart. This person is so smart. But now everybody, every dick and Tom uses smartphone. So that is how easy it is to understand crypto. You just need to have the desire to learn, understand it, and it's that easy. Crypto is not about to end. Even right now, as we speak, Bitcoin is less than $60,000. I mean, it's less than $80,000 or so, around thereabouts as we speak. But something that started with 0.3 cents and went as high as $125,000 this year and came down. It's been here for over 10 years. And the richest people in the world are holding it. What makes you think that thing is a bubble in the air that will crash? So it's an opportunity for you. If you have taken the opportunity 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and put your money in crypto, I don't think you would even be here to learn what crypto is and what it is not, because you would have known what it is by now. You would have been eating the money of it by now. So when new technologies come out like this, that is how people fight it. And they lose the opportunity of maximizing that technology. So I will want you to change that mindset that crypto is a scam. No, crypto is not a scam. You were scammed because you lacked knowledge. And that is what BJAS Academy has come to solve for you. That is what we have come to solve for you. We have come to give you the opportunity to gain knowledge about crypto so that you will not be scammed, so that you will not be looking for somebody who will trade for you and give you returns, and so that you will be able to do it for yourself. That is why we are here. So tomorrow we will meet again and get more info about decentralized finance. If you actually enjoyed this session, can you give me, tell me at the comment section that it was enlightening? And if you have a question, I'm expecting your question. Anyone, any question? If you love what you heard, tell me at the comment section. It was enlightening. Okay, any question? Okay. Okay. Any question? Okay. So if you are in any of the group, I would like you to kindly drop a message in the group how enlightening the session was. If you are not in our group, in any of our group now, you can drop a message here, and Tell me how you got the information about us so that we can send the link of the group to you. The reason being that tomorrow we'll be sharing a very hot and sweet opportunity for you. I don't want you to miss it. And we might not be sharing the link outside of the group tomorrow. So if you are in the group, if you're not in any of our group, make sure you join the group and be part of the opportunity that will be dropped in the group. So we will meet again tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. to talk about decentralized finance. And go and check out some things and prepare your questions. I will be ready to answer your questions tomorrow. And until then, do have a beautiful night rest. Thank you very much for being part of this. God bless you.